Yo, what's up, everybody? We're playing a league. I told you this was coming. We're playing the biggest boy, the thickest boy, the best boy, Cho'Gath. This is actually the only hero I found so far that I really like. I like Zoe. Zoe? I don't know how to pronounce her name. That little, girl with the long hair. I think she's pretty cool. But this right here, this is my favorite hero. Now, I know he doesn't really look like that big of a boy yet, but trust me, he will become the biggest boy. The biggest boy.
Fun with LoL.
Hey, Bunny Snap. I have actually been having a pretty good time today. I gotta be honest with you, the past few days, it's just mostly been quite frustrating because I keep going mid and getting wrecked. But now that I'm just playing top lane and I'm playing Cho'Gath and just being a big boy, I'm actually having a great time. Alright, so anyway, we're playing against this lady. I have no idea what she does. That's pretty much most of the time, right? Like what's going on with me. I just don't know what people do. But that's okay. We're getting there, right? Anyway, so let me go ahead and explain the big boy really quick. So the E, what it does, you activate it. Oh, actually, first, in League of Legends, every hero has a passive, right? Like that's just a thing. It's not counted in the other abilities. It scales on its own usually. And you don't have to level it or anything like that. It's just, you just have it. Right, so my passive is every time I kill a thing, I get healed. Both mana and HP. Which is really nice. That kind of means like I'll have a lot of sustain in the lane. Like super awesome actually. Very powerful passive. Helps a ton. But yeah, so my E, kind of like my next 3 attacks, has a limited duration. But in the next few seconds, in the next 3 attacks, will like shoot out these spikes that do some damage and slow people. It's kind of like your main source of damage, really. Cho'Gath isn't so much about dealing a lot of damage. He has an ultimate which ends up doing a lot later on. But not really like something you can spam. It's really like a one-time use kind of thing in a team fight. So most of your damage in fights is really that E. Right, because that's the thing you repeatedly use. That's the thing you can really throw out a lot and get a lot of value out of. Hello, we've got a gank going on. Now, I'm currently in a awkward spot. Okay, go ahead and do that. She does not have flash, so it's an easy kill. Flash is a summoner spell. It's this one right here. Everybody has it, except for this lady. You may notice that 9 out of 10 heroes in this game have it. Usually 10 out of 10 heroes have it. It is very rare that somebody doesn't pick Flash. Usually they don't pick Flash because either A, they're really bad, or B, they don't have it unlocked because it takes a while to unlock it, or C, you're playing one of like 3 specific heroes that don't use Flash. But other than that, everybody uses Flash. So, yeah. But Flash is like super dumb, stupid, broken. But anyway, our W is like this little wave thing that silences and does damage. And then our Q, you select an AoE, and then after a little while, it's kind of like Kunkka's Torrent. Just like stuns them for a brief moment, throws them into the air. That kind of thing. It's actually really neat. Like, the abilities work well together. You know, with the Q you can slow people, you want to kind of get close. And then the ultimate is the big boy. Right? Well, the ultimate is what turns you into the biggest boy. Because with the ultimate, every time you, like, it does damage to a target. True damage. Also, that's pure damage, right? And if you kill the target, you gain a stack, a permanent stack for the rest of the game that increases your HP. Now, there's a limit on how often you can use this on creeps. And then on heroes, there isn't, right? So, like, you can just kind of have unlimited stacks from heroes, where you can only have 6 stacks from creeps. And that's pretty much the big boy. Yeah, that's what he does. Anyway, there's a big creep wave here. We kind of got to do something about this. In League, you really don't want to, like, let people push up that much. You want to just kind of, like, you want to keep this in check. Like, there's no denying a tower. There's no strategic, tower falling, I guess. Like, letting a tower die. That's not really a thing. You want to keep your towers alive for as long as possible. And that's just kind of the situation. Right? So, I'm kind of trying to do that. Anyway. Let me go over here. Again, as you can see, the fact that we get healing every time we kill a creep is just a blessing. It is so nice. It is so nice. Anyway. So I'm still like learning more about the game, you know, like why am I playing League? It's because of standalone, right? Standalone, I wanna be educated. Like I don't know that much about League, and I don't think that's good, right? I think I should know as much about League as I do about Dota. Now, honestly, I don't think that will happen because I know a lot about Dota, and you know, I've been playing Dota forever, and I have only started playing League very recently. But I have been grinding League like crazy. I have been reading guides day and night. Really spend as much time on it as I possibly can to figure as much out about it as I possibly can. And that's just because I want to be educated, right? I want to be able to make a game that y'all are gonna be happy with and y'all are gonna see and be like, nice, good job, Baumi, right? Like that's what I want to hear. Right, that's what I want to get to. I want to be able to have you guys just be like, sick, nice. I'm glad, you know, this exists. This is really nice. Right, this is fun. Right, that's what I'm looking for, and I feel like I need to know as much about the genre as I can possibly know. Right, so I have just been grinding League. Now I already know quite a bit about Heroes of the Storm. I have played a good amount. I have done my research on it as well. I have, of course, played a ton of Horn, I've played a ton of Dota, but the one game that I'm really lacking in, like I'm lacking in terms of expertise, is League. I just don't know that much about League, and I'm trying to fix that right now. So that's kind of it. Alright. Anyway, we are in a really good spot here, by the way. Getting 2 kills on an enemy in the laning stage.
Hey, Bumster. I'm sent you a friend invite Spotter Fox. I have RP left over on the account after I switched servers, and don't have it anywhere to put it in anyway.
Hey, GZ Andrea. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm accepting all friend requests. I'll accept you out for the game. There's actually something I'm doing with League. I just accept everybody because I just always want to have a party. You guys know I hate playing these games on my own. Like, I love the games. I love Dota. I love League. Well, actually, that's maybe stretching it a bit. Sorry. I think League is adequate. But I love the general genre, right? It's really enjoyable to me. But I gotta say, I hate playing it on my own. Because, like, I tried playing some League on my own, and everybody's just fucking so cancerous all the time. God. Can you all just chill your fucking titties for 1 fucking second? That's all I want. Alright, but no, everybody just needs to be angry all the time. And I'm not digging it. Hey, Garen, how you doing? You know what? Fuck you, Garen. Fuck you. Bring it, nerd. Like, I'll fight you. Okay, so I have flash. Right? And I'm not gonna need to use it. Okay, we're fine. Fuck you, Garen. What do you think you're doing, huh? Get out of here. Alright, didn't even need to use flash. Flash has a massive cooldown. Alright, super, super long. Now, let me talk a little bit about... Oh, Mickey is calling. I'm kind of in a game right now. Wait, let me text her really quick. Wait. Hello, is this important? At the accountant. Yeah, don't worry about it. They might be shut already. They close pretty early on Fridays. It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay. Goodbye. Alright, I asked her to bring something to the accountant, but turns out the accountant is shut. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Alright. Let me go ahead and get these. Thank you. Just kind of grinding this up. I think I'm gonna go back really quick. Right, creep wave is kind of at the tower right now. Nah, not yet. I want to push one more wave. I think I want to push one more wave. Anyway, I was talking about the things I like about League. There are quite a few things that I do like about League. Most of them are about how they treat the environment of the game. Because, like, honestly, back in the day, you know, like a long time ago, when I first tried this game, and when I first kind of came to the conclusion, I don't really like this that much. One of my big problems I had with it is that the environment is just kind of really boring. You know, the map doesn't have trees, right? It's just not dynamic at all. There's just not that much going on, to be honest. And I always thought that was kind of lame. But they've really fixed that. They have really, really done a great job, in my opinion. And made the map a lot more interesting. So what I mean with that is that all around the map, there are these little environmental trinkets, or like little things that you can do, that will just kind of make everything a lot more interesting. I'll be showing them off as we go through this. Anyway. There's also, you know, jungle and all of that. That's not crazy interesting. And then the other thing is the way they treat bosses, which I think is also super, super interesting. And, yeah, we'll get to that, though. We'll get to that. Well, now we're just kind of running over them and everything. What is that hero? There's a weird little dragon dude. You want magic resistance? Are we going magic resistance? Honestly, I don't know. So the thing about League is like there's like basically physical damage heroes and magical damage heroes, and every hero is one of the two, right? And every hero does damage, and that's just how it is. And every hero has abilities that scale with one of the two, right? Where they either scale with physical damage or magical damage. So the more physical damage you do, the more damage your abilities will do, assuming that they, you know, like are based on physical damage. So sometimes there's a little bit of like overlap, right? But not necessarily. Right, there's like mixed damage heroes, that's definitely a thing, but most of the time it's one of the two, and that's just kind of how the game goes. Oh, no. Oh. Taking quite a bit of damage here. Alright. So where are we going here? This over here is Herald. This right here is a little void thing. I'll show this all. So this right here is one of the things. I love this right here. Because what you can do with this is you can punch it and then you can see it will, like, it gives you like a little area effect. And it will kind of go into that area, and enemies hit by it will be revealed. Right? And you just kind of gain vision on them for a little while. Which I think is super, super, super awesome. That's so cool. Right? Because it's such a simple thing, and it works so well. Okay, so this right here is Herald. Herald, if you kill Herald, then you gain this item, kind of, that you can use to spawn Herald in a lane. Now, by the way, I gotta make sure that I use my ultimate to kill Herald. There we go. Because that way, I first of all guarantee that we get Herald, and I secondly, we should push top, I think. First of all, I guarantee that we get Herald, and secondly, I get another stack of my ultimate, and because Herald is a so-called epic monster, that means it doesn't fall into the stack limit for creeps, right? Like Herald doesn't have that same stack limit. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and summon Herald here. It's maybe a bit early, maybe I should wait more, but I don't know. So Herald is gonna help us push here. And that's kind of like the strength of this thing. Right? And I think this is super cool. Isn't that awesome? So we've got Herald here. Now Herald has this like cool little attack where she charges up. And yes, Herald is a she. I looked it up. But Herald charges up and, you know, like hits with like a headbutt and like does massive amounts of damage to the tower. So you kind of want to like use Herald for a big push. And you want to protect Herald, right? So she can do as much as is possible, really. As much damage as is possible. She's fairly squishy, right? So you really gotta protect her. You can't expect her to carry this on her own. She doesn't do that. But she will do just a big-ass charge. Look at that. Half of the HP gone. No problem. We've got our ultimate again. And that's pretty much at that tower. Not yet. Let me... Ah! I wanted to eat him. Okay. Do we go in on this? I am going in on this. Oh, my silence didn't hit. Damn it! They kind of keep sidestepping everything a little bit. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Give me all of that. Tower's basically dead. I think I'm just gonna go and finish it really quick. There we go. Yeah, getting those tower kills is really valuable, as I mentioned before. You really want to make sure you get those. Alright, let's go out of here. So, we have 5 out of 6 creeps eaten for our feast. So, we can actually eat one more creep, and we already got 7 stacks, which is awesome. So, we're doing really well there. What is their main damage? So, I don't know. Sawyer, I know Garen is physical. I think you're magic. I know you are physical. And I have no idea who you are. So I guess like we want to just kind of go for a mixture. Let's get the Ninja Chabis because they're really good. And then I think we might just go for like more HP overall. Maybe we should get some magic resistance. What are my magic resistance? Magic resistance is pretty low right now. So I think we want to go for some magic resistance. Let's actually just go for this thing right here. Right? Like, maybe not the best choice, but it's some magic resistance. We can definitely use that. Free AD slash free, and then free AP. So, again, that's kind of a thing where, if you look at our ability here, it says take 80 plus 10 magic damage, right? And this right here is 175 plus 7. And this is 60 plus 3. So if we get ability power, which is AP, then our abilities will do more damage. And they will become more powerful, right? The same is true for attack damage. There are characters that have that same thing, but then the little plus is orange, and that means that it's now attack damage, not ability damage. So that's kind of like something to keep in mind there, and that's really important depending on which character you play. Right? Let me go ahead and eat that, so we've got our ultimate. So at this point, we no longer want to use our ultimate on creeps. There's no real benefit. Oh, that right there is flash, by the way. Good silence. Are we gonna get this? I'm kind of in a little bit of a pickle here. I might not make this. I mean, I'm pretty fast. And by fast, I mean not that fast. Ah, compared to those people. Yeah. Alright, they got me there. I tried, you know, like, I tried brawling it out, but even with my, like, big strength, being a big-ass boy, not quite enough. Hey, El Capitan, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it very much. You can check based on their item builds, what is their damage type. That is a good idea. Definitely right. So we can kind of tell, right, this is attack damage, this does lifesteal versus monsters, magic resist attack damage, right? So this is probably physical, ability power, right? So magic, ability power, magic, attack damage, physical, and this right here again, ability power. So we really want to stack up on the magic resistance, I think. That's going to be important here. Cho'Gath has no real need to buy physical, no real need to buy HP, just because our ultimate makes us so fucking big. So we're kind of like fine in that regard. It's also important to keep in mind that magic resistance and armor works exactly like it does with armor in Dota. It works differently if you go into the negatives, right? Like, while negative armor in Dota is diminishing, in League it's actually still linear. But that doesn't really matter because in League you don't really ever get to negative armor. That's just not a thing. Right, like you can see we have 119 armor right now. It's very rare that you get to negative armor. But the overall way it works, like with like, in terms of how much effective HP you get for each point, is mildly different, as in League, you get 1% effective HP for each point of armor. And you get 1% effective HP for each point of magic resistance. So that's mildly different from Dota, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. That character seems a lot like Io to a certain thing. To like in a certain way, I suppose. Anyway, so we killed Herald. Now what's important about Herald is that Herald doesn't respawn. Herald is a one-time thing. Right? And after Herald has been killed, and by the way, this right here is one of those little scatterbugs. You get a scatterbug and then they like turn into a void. Right? Like that's the kind of thing I really like. I think that's the stuff that I think is super, super cool. Alright, is the dragon up? No. Is the dragon gonna spawn soon? Yes, dragon is gonna spawn soon. Right? No, that's Baron Nashor. Oh no, dragon is gonna be a little while. Yeah, so there's like a boss down here as well. Okay, we've got some slows. Nom 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 nom. Okay, can you stop running? Damn it. I don't think I'm gonna get him. I got one of them. It's a 2 versus 1. I probably shouldn't take it. They're like, yeah, Baumi will understand. He can use the server, and then he talked about Dragon. I have no idea what you're talking about, my guy. Hey, British one, thank you so much for the sub. I have never seen your hero before. Right, this is something people need to understand. I think I do kind of like decently well most games. At least since I started playing top lane, not so much if I'm not playing top lane. Okay, yes, it's a portal. Oh, hello. This was not a good thing. I'm not happy. Okay, we've got the stun. Oh, actually we got him. Good. Can we get this nerd? This is Yasuo. Yasuo is so fucking cancer. I hate Yasuo. Why are you dead? Don't die! Okay. We've got 3 seconds. No! Damn it! I was gonna eat him! Oh well. I wanted to eat him.
Enemy rampage.
Oh well.
An enemy has been slain.
So the mountain trek is gonna spawn in a minute. I would like to get that. He was also gonna eat me. No, but this is... Stop being such a whiny baby. Look at me. I'm a big, thick, proud boy. Do it like that. So this right here is another creep, right? Or like not a creep, but another boss, right? There are various bosses around the map. Like that's just a thing. And these drakes, they respawn as like 5 different ones, and at most, I believe you can get 6 in a game if you get all of them. Like super precisely mega timed, but realistically speaking, that never ever happens and is practically impossible. So it's more likely that you get 5 if you're really good about it. And then, but anyway, look at these entrance animations. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Isn't that really cool? Alright. So now we kill this boss. Again, this is a legendary minion, so I can actually eat it and get like a big benefit out of it. There we go. And now we have a buff, right? Now we have the Dragon Slayer buff, which gives us some bonus damage. We can probably use that to get Nashor. Which, yes, Nashor is just Roshan, but reversed. Come here. Oops. Yeah, I accidentally triggered that. That's again, it's another one of those environmental things. Although this time it didn't really work out in our favor. Come here, boy! This is not gonna end up well for me, is it? Okay. Anybody gonna come help me with this?
An enemy has been slain.
He just keeps bouncing. Look at this bouncy motherfucker. Alright, yeah, he's giving up. Just go bounce your way straight into the grave, asshole. Oh, man. Okay. Let me get this right here. So, I would like... This actually seems really good. Because this gives me some ability power, so I'll actually start doing a little bit more damage here. Which is probably not a bad idea. And also magic resistance, right? Like we're always just, like right now I'm just trying to stack up on magic resistance. Oh. Oh, there's a lot going on there. Now, I know I have been very positive about League so far. Now let me go out and say, at this point, I want to make clear, League is a piece of shit. Come here, boy! No, don't stun me. Shit, I'm dead. Ugh. Okay. Should have TP'd. You mean like in front of the bounty boy? I kind of wanted to go into... I was kind of thinking about TPing in front of the bounty boy, but it didn't really matter. What was I saying? Oh yeah, League is actually kind of a piece of shit. So like, here's the thing. I found a hero I like, but one thing about League, everybody dies in an instant. right? Like, the damage in this game is absurd. The time to kill is ridiculously low. It is perfectly reasonable to assume that an enemy will one-shot you if you're not playing a tanky hero. Right? Like, that just happens. And when I say one-shot, I don't mean, oh my god, it feels as if they were one-shot. No, I mean literally one-shot you. Like, as in they will literally in one hit kill you. This has happened multiple times to me. This happens all the time. Right? This is just normal. This is just expected. Which also leads to a meta game where nobody really wants to fight. Like, if you look at pro-level games regularly have, like, less than 10 kills total, right? Not on one side, but total. Because, well, nobody wants to fight because everybody's afraid of each other. Because everybody one-shots each other. You know, that's just kind of how it goes. No. So, the game is a lot more about playing those objectives with the bosses and all of that stuff. Right? Which is fun. I love the bosses. I love the objectives. Honestly, like, a lot of that is surprisingly similar to, like, how I imagine standalone. Now, we're gonna still take a very different route, but it's still, like, again, what I mean is surprisingly similar. Not similar, just surprisingly similar. I don't know. I'll just keep hitting this. You okay? No, you're not okay. Shit. I don't know. I thought you might be okay. Go get him, boy. Why is everybody always dead? Damn it. I didn't quite get him. Bring him here, boy! No. But that's what I mean. Because he didn't help? Well, I was pushing the tower. I thought he had him. Again, I don't know what his hero does. It's making things kind of tricky. Right, it's actually come out and said this too much damage and such. We'll be changing it soon. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. The time to kill in this game is ridiculously low. I've been playing basically exclusively Cho'Gath all day today, right? And it's the best time I've had with League so far. I was playing more of the carries, more of the solo midders before, and it was just so fucking frustrating because they just simply get one-shot all the time. Like, it's just normal. You just die in a hit. That's just what you can expect. And to me, that is just incredibly frustrating. I hate that. Alright? I don't really enjoy that at all. And, you know, like, that's kind of the thing. But I guess that's just how it is, right? Time to kill is super low. A lot of the heroes, I think, are basically the same hero. I think some of the skills are a piece of shit and should not exist. I think specifically Flash. Here's what bothers me. Like, one of the things that bothers me the most about this game is everybody has Flash. Now, when I say everybody has Flash, I don't mean the problem is that everybody has the ability to take Flash. I mean the problem is that everybody has to take Flash. Again, pro games, 9 out of 10, well, 10 out of 10 heroes will usually have Flash, except with the, you know, there's like 3 or 4 heroes that people, every time I say everybody has to take Flash, everybody's like, oh, Baumi, there is a hero that doesn't take Flash. By the way, this is another one of those cool little environmentals where, like, you punch it and then it flings you, which is awesome, isn't it? But people are always like, oh, but there's a hero that doesn't use Flash. No, like, look, I'm sorry. If everybody except for like 2 heroes uses Flash, then everybody uses Flash. So, everybody uses Flash. Every single hero has it. In fact, it goes so far that I'm currently reading a lot of guides on League, right? And something that I've noticed is actually surprisingly common is that people won't even specify that you have to take Flash. You get to pick 2 summoner spells, right? And people will often only specify one of them because they just assume that you will also take Flash. Right? Like, the assumption is just you will take Flash and then here is the other spell you should take. And to me, that's just stupid. Like, I just think that's fucking retarded. Because if we're gonna have the option of 2, like, they should be balanced in such a way that one isn't so incredibly overwhelming that you have to take it. In that case, why do we even pretend there's a choice? Just give me Flash. Right? Just make it so everybody has Flash all the time. Let's just not even pretend there's a choice, because what's the fucking point? I just think that's ridiculous. Right now, here's the thing, and people will say, but Flash has been in the game for so long, right? Like, I understand that at this point, Flash has been in the game and in the meta, and like necessary for the meta for so long that there's no way to really like remove it. Because the game at this point has been balanced and designed around the idea of Flash. And that's a big problem. If you were to remove Flash tomorrow, then the game would just break, essentially. Because, again, the game has been balanced and designed around Flash. Now, to me, that's just the weakest shit excuse, though, for making a bad game. Now, I'm not saying that League is overall a bad game. That was probably a little bit harsh right there. I'm just kind of getting a little bit passionate right now. The better way to phrase that is for making a bad game design decision. Alright? Personally, I think they need to just remove Flash entirely and just add something new in there. It's just ridiculous. Again, look at this. 9 out of 10 heroes have Flash. 9 out of 10 heroes. Yeah, 9 out of 10 heroes. And the second spell is all different, you know? Like, I've got Teleport, this guy got Smite, this guy's got Heal, this guy got Ignite, right? I think somebody on our team has Ghost, somebody has Exhaust. Right, that's good. That's what it should be like, right? Like, there should be variety there. But everybody has Flash. I think that's stupid. And that's just... This is my opinion, bro. Anyhow. Casually letting his teammates die. That's what I do, my man. That's what I do. That's what I'm all about. Who are these teammates you talk about? Okay, get some more armor. Rant is more important than winning. It is! The rant is the most important thing. Okay, right here, this is Nasher, by the way. This is like another one of the big bosses. Can we get in here? So, bosses and all of that stuff, by the way, is based on last hitting. Last hitting is super important, right? So, there is something called Smite, which does like a massive amount of damage to a creep, which is another summoner spell, right? And then there's my ultimate, which also does just massive amounts of damage. So I can kind of secure last hits with it. And it's really important that I do. Right, because else the enemies could come in and smite, and you know, like my thing kind of does more damage than smite. So as long as I'm just making sure that we are getting it, then we'll be fine. Yo, what's up, boy? All right, cool. Come here, wiggly dude. Cool. That's an ace. Ace being team wipe.
An enemy has been slain.
You know, there's also other problems with League. Like, personally, I think a lot of the hero design is super gimmicky and just weak as shit. But there are some heroes I think are really cool. There's a lot of abilities I think are super cool. Right? Like, there's... with a lot of heroes I've played, I often feel like, okay, this one ability is actually, that's super interesting. Like, super cool, awesome, I love it. But the overall, not so much. But, I don't know. Anyway, so that's a League video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. And by the way, League goes into the shitty second client, like that I have over here. And I have no way to actually window capture that. Or game capture it, actually. Doesn't let me. So that's fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.